and welcome to Dating is a Joke, where we take dating seriously enough to laugh about it. And I have Talia with me today. Talia is a fellow comedian and a self-described witchy hypnotherapist. And I'm hoping she's going to tell us a little bit about that because that's kind of interesting. Welcome to Dating is a Joke, Talia.
Ooh, way to put me on the spot, Diana. Okay, so anyone who's curious about like what a witchy hypnotherapist is, like it's just someone who's spiritual but also science. And check me out on at Making Trauma Fun on Instagram. And also you could look at my podcast on Spotify. It's called Freaks Like Us. It explains it a lot. And yeah, I'm so excited to be here.
Now, the one question that I do want to start up, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but there is kind of like a thing out there about men not liking to date funny women. What
Mhm.
is your take on that, Talia? What's your
Oh,
experience with that? Do you think that's true or false?
it's true. Are you kidding? So, like they do want to date funny women because they are attracted to them, but they don't want it. Do you know what I'm
Ah,
saying?
okay.
So I've
Okay.
definitely seen like comics who are attracted to me, like change their um attitude towards me if I perform like right before them and I kill,
Hmm.
and then they have to
Yeah.
follow in my footsteps or something.
Hmm.
Or like, I get some kind of a reaction that they're not able to get because men think that they're edgy and like some of them are. But honey,
Yeah.
we're here now, like
Yeah.
leave it
No,
to
I
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree. I think that men do want funny women. I just don't think they want women who they think are funnier than them.
Hmm. But they're so
That's
attracted to funny women instinctively, but they'll
mhm.
second guess it. Like they'll say, "Oh, it's just sexual attraction or whatever. Maybe I just want to, maybe it's not serious." But they're coming to the funny women because they can't, like they are attracted to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having some of our male comics as guests and getting their thoughts. Because I've met some lovely people while I've been doing this so far. No, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to hear what their perspective is.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to get into this, and the first thing that we're going to do is actually spin our wheel of dating disasters. So I'm going to bring up the wheel, and what we are going to do is let it guide our conversation. So I'm just going to press the button here, and
Okay.
oh.
Encounters. Oh my God.
Ex encounters. Wow. I have an ex story, but Talia, I'm gonna leave it to you. Have you had any ex encounters? And you can, I mean, feel free to interpret that as you wish, but
So I don't have a lot of exes. Like I haven't dated that much. I've had very few relationships in my life, but of course I've had ex encounters. I will say I've only had ex encounters when an ex begged, or like made a lot of effort to see me again. Yeah.
yeah,
Otherwise,
to come
no.
back.
The
No. And
world
and
is huge.
have you ever gotten back with an ex after a relationship was done?
Yeah, I've done that. Like
Yeah.
this is like ages ago. So for everyone who's watching, I've lived in Pakistan. I'm from there. I've also lived in England and now I'm in Canada. So
Hmm.
yeah, ages ago, like I did sort of start seeing an ex again after breaking up with him and being stalked by him for a
Oh
while.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Uh,
yeah, I did
so
start seeing him again. Yeah.
did you okay, now you've brought up something that I'd like to touch on is because you have lived in three, I would say probably very culturally different countries,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the differences of dating?
Girl, that is a good question. So in England, so I grew up in Pakistan, and of course, I grew up in a very liberal environment and everything, like a party hard, play hard, artsy, whatever, very progressive. Um, over there, men don't even like they would never ask you to split the bill. Like that's
Okay.
insanity. Like they're always posturing masculinity and
Hmm.
there's an ease in like it's always like even if it's a guy your age, it's like it's got like sugar daddy element to it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
Even if it's like a hot guy your age or younger, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just the culture of how they will like ask you out or date you.
Yeah.
And also, they don't expect sex really quickly or sometimes not even
Hmm.
at all, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like a whole different vibe.
I
And
was
then
gonna
in
say that's blowing my mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's now that I think about it, not bad,
Hmm.
huh?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And then in England, I remember I was dating like a white British Jewish guy once, and one of my
Okay.
friends, she was white British, but she was like woo woo. She was an energy healer, and I remember her like laughing and saying like, "Girl, like even I wouldn't date a British guy, you know, like because they're very like reserved." I remember
Okay.
that
Yeah.
that guy once told me that we went on a date and he messaged me something like, "That was nice." And I was offended. I was like, "Just nice?
Yeah.
What does
Nice.
that
Yeah, that's
mean?"
not, yeah. Nice is
Yeah.
not a word you want to hear. Like, it sounds like out your,
Yeah.
especially somebody who's like a comic inside. That's just like,
Yeah.
okay, that was like boring, right?
But
But it
over
was, I'm sure it
there,
was lovely. Hmm.
over there, that's good. So he had to explain it to me. He
Yeah.
was like, when I say over here, when we say like something's good, like it's good, you
It's
know, like
good.
they're
Yeah.
very like succinct, like they're very
Okay.
reserved in their language generally. I mean, there will be
Yeah.
a lot of people who differ from that cultural norm,
Hmm.
but the
Yeah. Yeah.
cultural
Of
norm.
course. Hmm.
And over here, oh, this is the dustiest place I ever been, Diana.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
Toronto.
love that
Hmm.
dustiest. That's
Yeah.
that's a kind of kind word, I would say. I think, I mean, you've heard my story. I was married 25 years. I met my ex when I was 18. So going out into the wild to meet people, I
Yeah.
was not prepared, right? Like I grew up on just like the romance stories and
Yeah.
that expectation of, yeah, but the expectation of sex very quickly, or the
Yeah.
expectation that you split the bill and all of
Yeah.
that just really, really threw
Isn't it
me
so
for a loop
like
as well.
I feel like
Mhm.
guys are like these little sassy, high maintenance things these days, right? Like not most a lot of them, I'm
Yeah.
sure, but the whole thing of like when you're on a dating app, I don't use
Hmm.
dating apps anymore. Like I'm on
Yeah.
them,
Hmm.
but I don't use them. Um,
Yeah.
and then when you go on a date, it's like for me,
Hmm.
I don't know about other women, but for me, I'm not here to audition for the guy. The guy's there to
Yeah.
audition for me.
Absolutely. Hmm.
I don't care. I don't care if that's delusional. I don't care if that's narcissistic.
Hmm.
I'm narcissistic. I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, come on. We suck.
Yeah, we're here for the attention. We are here for the attention.
We're
Yeah.
attention
You just
whores.
gotta own it. Yeah, and you gotta own it.
Yeah.
I've always said just own your BS. Just own it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not that it is BS, but I think that as I consider myself a feminist, I have kids, I have a place, I have a great job, but there's certain things that I still want traditional. I want to be courted. I want
Yeah.
a man to open doors, to,
Yeah.
walk on the outside of the street. And I have met, and it's funny because you were talking about that expectation, about the men in Pakistan, and my ex is from my most recent ex is from
Yeah.
Pakistan, and he was
Whoa.
actually great. He was actually lovely. That is the closest relationship that I've had to what I'm looking for
Yeah.
from what he brought to the relationship. He
Wow.
was, yeah, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, it wasn't perfect for reasons that we don't have enough time here for,
Yeah.
but it was definitely the closest balance between that strong masculinity,
Mhm.
but that also ability to communicate and share
Mhm.
feelings, which I thought was, I don't see. And sometimes I feel like I
Yeah.
have to choose one or the other. You can't have
Yeah.
it all.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Fascinating. I'll
it's,
ask you
wow.
about this later for
Yeah,
sure.
some of the things we'll have to have way
Yeah.
longer episodes to get into that.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go back to the wheel for a second, and let it guide our conversation. So it's taken off the that one, so we know we won't get it again. And let's give it one more spin. First date fails. Have you had any first dates that you were just like, oh, immediately or very soon thinking, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, when the guy was not hot and he was
Oh.
taking improv classes.
Okay, but let me ask you this. He wasn't hot, but you didn't know that before the date?
I mean, this is the thing about white guys. Okay, let me tell you this. Okay,
Okay.
um, sometimes they take really bad pictures on apps, and then like in real life, they're like way better, more attractive.
Yes, absolutely.
But it can go either way.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And personality is a big part of hotness. Like I overuse the word hot, but really, the second this introverted, twitchy guy who I met at a restaurant, like, told me that he was taking improv classes, that was it. That was
I
it.
like
I,
improvisers. I'm okay with improv. I mean, I haven't met one to date yet because I find everybody in
yeah.
improv is married. Like for some reason, everybody in improv is married.
Like if
Um,
they do stand
but
up, I get
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
then they're not as lowly to me, you know what I mean? Like if they're stand up comedians who do
Wow.
improv. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm a
Wow.
bitch. But also, like it's so funny. Like I'm a person who will never split a bill type of a thing, like,
Yeah.
whatever. But on that day when I saw that guy and he's like, talking about taking improv classes, he's
hmm
twitchy, whatever. He was also Jewish and
hmm
very like nervous energy. I literally like ordered myself a glass of wine and I was like, please do split bills.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now, but here's my question. Okay. So your instinct was to split the bill because you didn't want to feel like you owed him anything, right? Because, I mean, if he asked you out and the expectation is that
Yeah.
he's going to pay, do you feel like paying for half is very direct to say this isn't going anywhere? Where if
Yes.
you had let him pay, then he'd be like, well, because I paid,
Hmm.
then that must mean that I'm wonderful and she wants me.
Exactly. I use that as a way of signaling to a guy if I'm into him or not. Like, if a guy uh pays for me in any small way, like when we're hanging out, like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a dinner or a drink, it's really not a big deal. But
Yeah.
if I reach for the bill myself, that means like
hmm
no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that and the reason I ask it like that is because I think it's an important distinction. Because I think if ideally, my opinion is that if a man asks you out and he takes you out on a date, he should pay for that date, and there shouldn't be any expectation attached to it.
Yeah.
Right? But as somebody who has dated, there is. So I agree with you. That is a very clear signal that like
Yeah.
this isn't going to go anywhere. And now I'm
Yeah.
wondering if that was my mistake. When I first started dating, I would offer to pay for half or
Yeah.
whatever, but it was just me being kind. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering if some of those ghosts were actually like, oh, she's not into me because she
Yeah.
picked up the bill.
I feel like I don't know how guys feel about this, but I feel like we're often too nice. We're often too supportive. Like you have kids, like I've raised my, siblings or whatever. And I used to be a teacher and I'm a hypnotherapist as
Okay.
well. And
hmm
even as a stand-up comedian, I'm so buddy with all the guys around me. But
Yeah.
that's not the energy that we've got to bring in dating.
Indeed. Yeah. No, it is a
Not at
different
all.
energy.
I
Yeah. And
can go
I
on about this, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna let us continue.
You're
Yeah.
gonna let us continue. Okay, we are going to move to the next segment, which is this or that. So I'm gonna ask you a few kind of rapid fire questions, and I want
Okay.
you to kind of answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't overthink them. Okay.
Okay.
So first date, coffee or cocktails?
Depends on the guy.
Well, what's your preferred? What's your instinct? Coffee or cocktails?
Coffee, because I'm auditioning him
Okay.
to see if I can go on an actual date on it with him. Yeah.
Okay, great. So romantic gesture.
Yeah.
Flowers or cash?
Ash, please.
No flowers. Okay. Uh, a red flag you're more likely to ignore. Bad texting or bad hygiene?
Uh, Bad texting, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what's more danger? Okay, no, sorry. Dating when you are on a dating app, or do you swipe based on the face or do you swipe based on the content?
Mm, like the face and the height, and then that's just on a dating app. And then because like the content can reveal itself pretty quickly. Like the
Mhm.
second the guy says like the first sentence to you or the second sentence to you, you know if you don't want to speak to him ever again. Yeah.
What's worse, being ghosted or being breadcrumbed?
I have not been ghosted much, like properly. Like I've been ghosted before meeting someone, right?
Mhm.
I have not really been ghosted after I got into something with someone. Um, Breadcrumbed. I would say breadcrumbed, like because like I have been
Yes,
breadcrumbed,
the crumbs,
and that
yes.
that felt worse. Yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah,
one is another one that I've again over the years have gotten better at recognizing and cutting it off because yeah, at
yeah.
the beginning of this journey I was quite
It
breadcrumbed quite a
happens
bit.
because we're too
Yeah.
nice. It happens
Yeah.
when we're too nice and we're too much like, because, like we're giving support to people so easily, like the kind of personality you have, or a lot of us, like, if you're a mother, a teacher, or whatever, like we're used to being supportive, but that's when breadcrumbing happens because they can get so much from us so easily, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I think women tend to do that. And I can just see some people commenting, "Oh, not all the time," but it is in a woman's nature to be more
Mm-hmm.
nurturing. And we're the listeners. I had one where it was a friend who finally kind of woke me up, and she said, "Diana, you're being his therapist,"
I
and I was
hate
like,
that.
"Oh
I
my
hate
God, you're
guys who want to talk.
right." I was
Yeah.
like all the cheerleader, I was like, no, like absolutely, like I was doing all this emotional labor for some like
Mhm.
random guy, and I was like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's got to
totally.
stop. Like, okay, what's a better dating outcome? A great story or a great kiss?
Um, Kisses are overrated.
Okay,
A
why do you
great
say that?
story.
A great story. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you believe in that butterfly feeling? Like, is that something that you look for? Because there's the two camps. There's the one that says the butterflies are this like wonderful romantic excitement, and there's the camp that says that is just anxiety and your body saying stay safe, right?
It
So
is.
do you
I
find that
think
important?
I think it's a very important indicator because I think it is your body signaling a little bit of stress. But if you can ride that stress and enjoy it, girl, go for it. You know what I mean? But it is stress, right? Like a little bit of the butterfly feeling could be good, but if it's a lot, definitely a red flag. Then again, I'm somebody who has walked into red flags on purpose just to enjoy
Oh,
them. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta hear. We're gonna need to do either a follow up show or just a
Yeah.
follow up talk over wine because there's some things you said that I want to know more about.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming to the end, so I want you to leave us with what's your best piece of dating advice?
Just don't date. I'm kidding. Dating is a joke.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Love isn't real. You know I'm right. You know. Right. Like,
I have to say, for somebody, I was married 25 years. I like to think I was very much in love with my husband for a
yeah.
time. I don't think that love is necessarily forever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I think it shifts. I think we change as people. I think, especially as women, we grow a lot. We change a
Yeah.
lot over time. Um, yeah.
I
That,
do
but
have I do have one bit of dating advice for guys, okay?
Yes,
And
please.
it gets like guys are all different, so I don't really generalize them, but this is a general piece of advice. So I think like it's really fun when a guy instead of like being toxic and narcissistic himself, lets the woman be toxic and narcissistic. Like, let her take the stage. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if
Okay.
you're a big shot, doesn't matter who the F you are, you
Yeah.
know, like it's just fun that way. Let the woman be the woman. You know what I mean? Like
Let the woman
don't be a
shine.
bitch. Yeah, let the woman shine. Like
I like
like
that. Just
even
be
even putting profile pics on dating apps is not really masculine in my opinion, but okay. You know, let the woman be the diva. No matter what. Like it doesn't have to be someone who like I was telling you, I don't even wear makeup usually, right? Like
Yeah.
especially on a date. If I'm going to go on a date, I'm not wearing makeup.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, come
Yeah.
on, it's
And
not
is
work.
that just to is it because you don't want to put in the effort, or you want him to just sort of see you for who you are? Like I know that on dating apps, like when
Mhm.
I have uploaded pictures, I always put pictures. Like I'll have one where I have makeup on, but most of them won't,
Yeah,
because I'm like, I want to set expectations here. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like because I'm
yeah.
not the type that puts on a full face of makeup every time I go out, so I want to represent myself
Okay,
in a
I
way. I
think it's
actually have
because I don't
yeah.
want to make the effort, and also
Mm.
because I'm literally narcissistic enough to think that I probably look better, and I don't want anything rubbing off on the guy in case something happens. Um,
Okay.
but also, yeah, like I wouldn't make that effort. Like, I mean, he's going to convince me if I want to see him again. I'm
Mm,
not convincing him to see me again. So like
yeah.
that's my tone. And I will say, I admit that it's a narcissistic tone, but like let the woman be the diva, let the woman be the woman.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that there'll probably be people who disagree with that sentiment, but I mean I'm very much a believer that you got to know who you are
Yeah.
and set your standards, and then you will attract the people that are right for you. Period.
Yeah. I
Right? And you
agree.
go
Yeah.
around changing yourself, you're never going to be happy. And I've learned that way too late in life. So I'm glad to hear it from you. We are running out of time. Is there anything that you again want to remind whoever's watching about any upcoming shows or about your
Yes.
business?
So I'm going to send you the details, but basically, I have a podcast on Spotify called Freaks Like Us. I talk to my tribe of like people who feel like misfits and outcasts, and stand-up comedians would relate. Please listen in, follow it. And then on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, my handle is at Making Trauma Fun. I do dark humor. I have two shows coming up. One is on November 21st in Stratford, and one is in Toronto on November 27th. And I'm going to give you the details so you can put them in the caption. But yes,
Perfect.
follow
I will
me at
definitely
Making
do
Trauma
that.
Fun. Yeah.
Great.
Right.
This was a lot of fun, Talia, and I actually can't wait to have you back on here.
I would
So much
love
to talk
to.
about. Thank
Yes.
you so much, and thank you, everybody. And join us for our next episode of Dating is a Dream.